Okay, folks, this video is going to be very biased. I don't expect anyone to take what I have to say seriously. Though then again, I don't expect anyone to take what I have to say seriously in any of my other videos. Because like I said before, I only do this kind of thing for fun. I don't see this as an actual career for me. I only see this as a hobby, and that's that. Because really, I think that people should have fun making YouTube videos instead of going through all the trouble to make frequent videos. Though that's not to say that I fault anyone for taking YouTube that seriously. I'm just saying that for me personally, the best way of going about making YouTube videos is by having fun talking about some of the stuff that I want to talk about, such as the Ray Fisher situation. I know I'm a bit late on talking about this, but I'm going to talk about it anyway because out of the most news articles I've read online, this one is the most interesting. So for those who aren't aware, cyborg actor Ray Fisher recently came out and sent a tweet saying that Marvel director Joss Whedon's treatment towards the cast and crew during reshoots of Justice League was gross, abusive, unprofessional, and unacceptable. Now, people have already made videos talking about this. I have just came across it recently. So of course, I'm not really going to have much to say here, but I'm still going to say my piece on it anyway, because that's what I'm good for. So from my understanding of this, Ray Fisher's tweet about Joss Whedon seems to have a very mixed perception. Some people think that he's crazy for doing this, and some people think he's in the right for doing this. I myself am actually one of those people that think he's in the right for doing this. Because we live in a day and age where everything that's made with an opinion or perspective is either corporatized, censored, or canceled, just for appeasement from companies like Marvel and Disney. I mean, part of the reason why I don't add background music into my videos anymore is because given how incredibly strict the YouTube algorithm is nowadays, it's not easy trying to make these videos out to be cool and interesting as I want them to be without worrying about whatever copyright claim I might come across. But that's neither here or there. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that I believe what Ray Fisher's doing is kind of reminding everyone that you can't always trust Hollywood directors and producers, because realistically they may not be as nice as they seem. Plus, absolute silence can only take you so far on the road to success. And besides, being real and honest with the world is way better than just being fake and torturing yourself with lies, which is something that Mr. Fisher here has been doing for quite some time now. And seeing him finally stray away from that is a breath of fresh air, because realistically, it's got to be real frustrating, for all these Hollywood actors to have to put up with this kind of abuse every single day. And I think that's why Ray Fisher decided to put out this tweet. Some people think he did it because of the Snyder Cut hype and publicity, but I think it goes a little bit deeper than that. I think he did it out of compassion, because part of the reason why Henry Cavill left the role of Superman was because, much like Ray Fisher, he wasn't really getting his fair share of respect over at Warner Brothers. With the whole mustache thing and them making him look like a fucking Muppet on screen with his face CGI'd and whatnot. I'm not going to sit here and try and act like I know all of what happened behind closed doors, because I wasn't there, and plus, I don't really know Geoff Johns, John Berg, and Joss Whedon all that well enough to actually have an opinion on them. But what I do know is that Warner Brothers needs to start establishing their brand a bit more. I don't mind them branching out with separate universes, I think that's fine. But at the same time, I feel like there isn't a clear direction here. A lot of people hate the Arrowverse for going the political soap opera route with DC's characters, but at least they actually achieved something. Unlike the DCU, where they just keep on rebooting their franchise
again and again and again until we're both dead.
I mean, part of the reason why I'm not as hopeful about Matt Reeves' Batman as much as everyone else is because I feel like that's just going to be another separate universe and nothing more. Again, I'm okay with Warner Brothers going in an experimental route with DC's characters, but I feel like they've been doing it way too much as of late, to the point where it's really starting to get repetitive. I mean, just look at how badly Birds of Prey failed. That movie tried to be more than what it actually was, and nowadays it's what's highly considered a financial failure in the eyes of the public, to the point where Warner Brothers has to come up with another blockbuster hit to put them back on the map. And I really wish that they would just build a cinematic universe off of each and every one of these characters. I'm not saying that they need to go the Marvel route by making every single one of their characters look and feel campy and lighthearted on screen, but they really should build a consistent story off of each and every one of these characters. instead of just making separate movies and that's it. But anyway, sorry for that long tangent about Warner Brothers and their business strategy. I just really needed to get that off my chest. Anyway, so like what I said earlier about Ray Fisher, I think he did this out of compassion for Henry Cavill, because the thing about Ray Fisher is that he's the kind of guy that would do anything for anyone no matter what. He's the guy that, anyone would be lucky to have as a friend. Not saying that I've ever met him before, although I would like to. But, based off of the interactions I've seen with him in the cast and crew of Justice League, he definitely does seem like a really awesome guy through and through. Which is why I actually applaud him for actually coming out and speaking up about the Justice League debacle. I kind of wish that he had spoken up about this a bit sooner, but that's neither here or there. Anyways, that's it for today, folks. Let me know what you guys think about Ray Fisher's messaging on Twitter. Do you agree or think otherwise? I'm King Bishop. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.
As always, I appreciate everything you're doing out there to fight for social justice, to fight for people who don't look like you, for people who don't have the same privileges as you, and for people who may be getting taken advantage of by those who have power. I appreciate that. I'm going to stay dedicated to this fight in every capacity, and it'd be silly for me to continue to try to motivate people to stay in the fight if I'm not willing to fight for those things on my side, when it affects me personally, when it affects me financially, when it affects me professionally. Can you dig that?
God